We always begin a 10-step protocol with a still point induction, and the still point can be induced from the feet, from the legs, from the sacrum, from the head, from essentially anywhere in the body. The point in inducing a still point, the objective is to enhance extension or external rotation is inhibited. So what we do is we take a hold of the feet if we're going to begin here, and we follow the craniosacral rhythm into internal rotation, and we don't push at it, we just follow it, and then when she attempts to externally rotate, we resist. What happens is the system itself seems to begin to work against your resistance, and ultimately it becomes disorganized, stops, and it almost feels as though it is indeed reorganizing itself for further work. And essentially that's what happens. You get this still point when the craniosacral system completely shuts down. That could last for anywhere from 30 seconds up to several minutes. When the rhythm begins again, it usually begins with a higher amplitude, and it begins with a better rhythm, perhaps slower, perhaps more even, but you will notice improvements. And in this case, what's happening is she's going into internal rotation, and she's almost immediately stopped trying to externally rotate. As you recall, external rotation is equivalent to flexion in the system. So she's into a still point right now. If you watch closely, you can see that her breathing has changed a little. She's taking slower, deeper breaths. And I'll just hold on until the still point is over. Now, when I do this through the sacrum, I could do it by following into extension, and as you recall, the sacral base goes anteriorly during extension. There, her rhythm's coming back now, so I'll follow it. We reevaluate and decide whether we've achieved what we want to achieve by having that still point. If I were going to do it through the sacrum, I put my hand right through here, and you can see I apply it. I hold the sacrum in the palm of my hand. I lay her back on the table, and now when she goes into extension, I will follow the cranial base anteriorly, and when she tries to go into flexion, I will resist it, and that would be the movement of the cranial base attempting to, or the sacral base attempting to go posteriorly. She's very easy. She's going into a still point immediately, almost upon touch. That means our model is either scared or the patient is really willing to feel better.